What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Cool here with former lightweight champion, unified lightweight champion, the Galaxy Warrior, Nate Campbell. How you doing today, champ?
I'm good. How's everything going for you?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. Just living, taking life one day at a time. All right, my first question is, you last fought last March, and you haven't fought since. Are you in the gym, preparing for a fight or just staying sharp?
Well, actually, I'm going starting training camp very soon. About a week, 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, I'm thinking.
Okay, so you have an opponent set up and finalized for you?
No, I'm just going to work.
Okay. Back in 2008, you reached the height of your career by upsetting Juan Diaz. Could you describe the feeling you had that night? Because early on in your career, you had some obstacles that could have derailed fighters, but a fighter like you that had a lot of heart and will to continue, you overcame everything and fulfilled your dreams. So could you describe that feeling that night that you had after hearing your name called?
It was a great, it was a beautiful thing. It was what I really wanted. I had worked out for, worked to do my whole career. It was surreal, man. There's never been another time like that.
Yeah, and I definitely, enjoyed watching the fight. You dominated the second half of that fight. You took him to school. Back then, at that time, Juan Diaz was considered just by most as the top of, the 135 weight class, and you just dominated over the second half. And I was happy to see you, get the victory and get that well-earned, victory that you was craving so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. It was a great fight for me. The fight was going exactly where we wanted to go. It was I knew it would be back and forth early with them trying to come on and fight first. My goal was just to consistently make sure that while I was putting in my work, that I kept on working.
And that you definitely did. My next question is, you fought Tim Bradley, but the fight was prematurely stopped due to an eye injury you suffered. If that fight would have been stopped early, how do you see that fight going?
Same as the Diaz fight. I wore him down. Bradley has a tendency to throw a lot of punches. Even now, if you look at him now, Bradley doesn't fight at all. He doesn't fight strong at all in the second half of any fight.
Yeah.
He's an early fight guy.
Yeah, so definitely, I would have loved to see that, fight continue because it was kind of starting to heat up, and that's what Bradley was known for. I don't know if he's known for it as much now as he was back then, but his head, it always kind of get in between, fights with Devin Alexander, and other guys. So, that's a fight that unfortunately was stopped too early, but, hey.
It was that referee was deemed to be a liar in the case. Mm-hmm. That's why they overturned it. He was deemed to be a liar.
Politics and boxing can be something else, and it's unfortunate. At the highlight of after you won, going back before the Bradley fight, you had a fight scheduled with Joan Guzman that fell through, obviously, because, I guess he didn't take his training camp seriously and trying to make the weight, he was dehydrated. Could you...
He actually didn't want that fight, do he? My next fight, I went through the same situation.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
That I still fought. The problem is, he didn't want to fight. And I've been contacted over the last few days about fighting him.
Oh, recently?
Last few days.
Is that something that he's interested in, or all these years later he still doesn't want to get in the ring with you?
He can get it. I don't know how he feels, but as far as I'm concerned, he can get it. I come to the Dominican Republic and get it to him.
Hey, I love your confidence. I always loved your confidence and the way you fought. And it was a shame because, he was a guy that, had so much potential, but he wasn't disciplined in outside of the ring and doing the preparation that was needed to be successful like you were and other great fighters.
You know what? At some point, your everybody tells you can't make a weight, and that's the way it is. It just tells you can't make a weight, and you have to decide whether you're going to keep killing yourself to make the weight. I decided I wasn't going to keep trying. I tried to make weight over in England. Dude, I set the fire alarm off in the hotel. I was in the bathroom. I steamed it up so bad. I made the weight, but there was nothing left in me. 137 pounds is even too small for me now. It's 140 or nothing for me. So for me, I'm going to be campaigning at 140 this year.
Hey, we're looking forward to, seeing you, get another title shot at one of these 140-pound title lists. Speaking of, I want to go back to a little bit to your past before you, got your title. You had 2 difficult fights with Robbie Peden, if I'm pronouncing his, name right. And
both of those fights. There again, both of those fights were the first fight. Nobody really knows. I've never really put this out, but I'm gonna tell it now. I went 4 days without eating, trying to make the weight. I made the weight, and I recovered. I thought, but when I was in the fight, I hit him with a shot. I hurt him.
Yeah.
God is my witness. I don't remember anything after I hit him.
Wow.
With a body shot.
Wow.
I started from taking up all the weight, I started going through training spells. Like, Robbie did his job. I'm not mad at him for that. But, man, when I tell you, I never understood what was going on with my body.
That is definitely, unfortunate because, your body give in at some points where you least expect it, and there's nothing you can do.
I remember right before he hit me, I remember being locked. Right before he hit me, I remember getting hit with the left hook.
Yeah.
I blacked out for a brief second and leaned over, and I began to mumble. People thought I was taunting him. I was mumbling incoherently, and nobody knew it.
Okay, so when you when you threw up your hands, was it like a cry for help that nobody really realized because they, at the heat of
I didn't throw up my hands. I dropped my hands.
Okay, yeah.
What I had been taught is to move my head.
Mm-hmm.
I was mentally doing what I was taught to do. Now, Robbie Peden did his job, got in shape, landed a great shot, and the second fight, I did the same thing all over again. I couldn't make the weight.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad part about it was, I ended up fighting after the second Robbie Peden fight, and I got to 131 and had to actually take the weight up.
Wow.
My body wouldn't do it anymore. I went to 135, and there was nothing that could stop me at 135.
Yeah, you definitely proved that. You fought Ali Funica, who was, like, at the time, one of the most avoided, 135 pounders going, and that was a really good fight. That was a really good fight.
I couldn't make weight for that fight, but I learned how not. If I took that last 2 pounds off, it would knock me out.
Yeah, because he was a big, tall guy, big puncher, skillful guy, and it's like after his fight with you, not to say you ruined it, but he really wasn't heard from.
I tended to change guys at that point in my career. I still, even now, when I fight guys now, my thing is I have been able now to realize that I need to take myself to training camp. So I'm going away to training camp. But for me, what has always been a testament for me was I physically punch hard enough to make you change your mind about it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You've always been known for your power. And like I said, you don't lack anything in the skill department as well, but your power and your determination, you're a determined fighter. And that makes it, so different.
I have no choice. And I'm even more determined now. I'll tell you why. Mm-hmm. I'm more determined now because I'm looking at what they have out there. And these guys that are fighting these weights, they shouldn't represent us. I fought Danny Garcia on 3 weeks' notice. I beat him. If you watch the video, some guy you lost to him. That's your opinion. Mm-hmm. He knows what happened. He never asked me for a rematch. I asked him for one. He never took it.
Well, he's been under fire, as of late as well, with, not giving Herrera, a rematch, and, people thinking he lost that fight, and, his alliance with Al Heyman. It just seems that, and also fighting Rod Socko, it just seems that Danny Garcia has regressed in terms of wanting to challenge himself. And, maybe, some people don't want to consistently fight the best guys, and they go the softer route. What can you say about that?
Well, let me tell you something. I'm so saddened by the state of affairs in boxing.
Why is that? Like,
everybody wants to be undefeated without taking a chance. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that you're great unless you fight the very best guys of your era. Even if you lose, your greatness is not demeaning. You know what I'm saying? It's not taken. It's sad.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's unfortunate because fight fans aren't getting the fights that we deserve to see, as we, because we pay money to, support the fighters.
But that's our fault. As fight fans, we have to say, hell no, we won't go.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that, at least for the last couple of years, you start hitting them in the pockets, and that's where they'll, realize that, they got to give fans what we deserve. And also what they deserve as fighters trying to build a legacy and go down as great, one of the greatest. You got to challenge yourself and just do it for the right thing. We all understand that money has to be made, and we want, fighters to get paid handsomely, because this is a brutal sport that they're, that you all, are participating in. But at the same time, it's like, got to be some give and take, and try to appease the fans as well as make enough money for your family.
Right, but I think that, the problem is, our problem is we can all make good money and we stick together. But we've been taught to stay away from each other so hard. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We've been told to stay away from each other and don't help each other, don't look out for each other. And this is what is happening.
Yeah, hopefully this year we see some changes in that, and some movement, and guys start to fight, elite guys on a consistent basis. My next question for you is, out of the 3 young guys you fought, that had, back at the time where, they was looked at as promising, champions and title holders, Timothy Bradley, Danny Garcia, and Victor Ortiz, how surprised are you at how far, Bradley and Garcia has come, and how much, Victor Ortiz has not fulfilled, the promise that he so much had?
I'm going to tell you right now. You don't have to promise with the right promoter. It's going to pay off. All you got to have is a promise. Victor Ortiz, I thought it was a pinched nerve in my back. All these guys getting knocked down by Victor Ortiz, dude, he pulled me down on the floor. So I'll be honest with you. Victor Ortiz does not hit nowhere near as hard as they make it out to hit. Panika hit harder than him. Panika can punch.
Yeah.
Only Panika hit me harder in a boxing match than any man has ever hit me other than Teddy Reed.
Yeah, well, Victor Ortiz, obviously, he hasn't panned out the way, a lot of people thought he would be. I guess it's a mental thing with him more than physical, because he has all the physical ability in the world, but it seems sometimes he lacks the heart and the want to continue on and challenge himself. I think that's a big key if you're going to be doing anything competitive, especially in the sport of boxing.
You gotta want to challenge. You know what? I got to a place where dealing with the people that I was with and dealing with the management that I had at the time, I lost my desire to be in the ring because I felt like I wasn't being treated good. And that's not, and a lot of people don't get that. When a fighter loses his drive because he feels like he's being treated unfairly, that's worse than a fighter getting money and then just blowing it. A fighter who feels like he's not being treated fairly, it's a hard thing for us. My thing was, I lost my drive. Not because I couldn't fight at that level, because everybody who knows me knows I can fight at that level. I lost my drive because I felt like the people that were working with me were working against me at the same time.
Yeah, and that tends to happen in not just boxing, but just in life in general. You know, it only you can only put over so much of, you know, supposedly friends being on your side, and then you find out this and that, and it just makes you, you know, especially in anything like boxing, you know, you putting your life on the line. Each time you get in the ring, you're walking out not the same person. You know.
Yeah, you walk out of the ring a lot less in most cases. A lot less than what you were when you walked in.
Yeah.
But when you got somebody standing who's supposed to have your back, they're supposed to have be on your side, and you find out that they aren't, and that they've been doing things that were less than honest. Well, that thing hurts. It hurts, and it's a mental issue for a lot of us. I watch a lot of fighters who talk with slurs and they stutter, and they now can't control their own, you know, destinies in life. You know, someone else has to tell them when to get up, lay down, because they don't know anymore. I mean, there's no other sport where the total of the sport takes the same, you know, the total of the sport takes the same, you know, dominance over your body as it is in boxing. Not football, not basketball, not baseball, no other sport. And to just believe we don't have a plan that says that we should get retirement. Because you know why? Guys like Bob Arum and John King and Golden Boy, they're not going to stay for our employment. They're not going to put it. They're more concerned about getting richer and richer and richer. And once they're done with us, everybody can't make millions of dollars. But if you fight as long as most of us guys fight, you all get some kind of pension.
I definitely agree. That's why I guess you can't blame Mayweather. You know,
I don't blame him. I definitely don't blame Mayweather for being the businessman he is. But what I do blame him for is because in the prime of his career, I wouldn't even mind him fighting the kind of guys he's fighting right now. If at the prime of his career, he took a chance to fought the very best guys out there. He had more excuses about why not to fight, you know, certain guys. They weren't big enough money-wise. This, that, and the other. And he had, you know, I want the best fighters to fight the best fighters. As a fan. I'm speaking as a fan now. You can't hate me because I'm speaking as a fan. I'm speaking as a fan. As a fan of boxing, I think that Mayweather should have fought Pacquiao 5 years ago.
I definitely agree.
I feel like Pacquiao should have been willing to make every blood test. I'm going to tell you what the issue is for me.
Mm-hmm.
My issue with Pacquiao is simply that if you had nothing to hide, you could test.
That's what it come down to, and one of the things, and not to, you know, harp on Pacquiao because I like Pacquiao, but one of the excuses that still stick in my mind is that, you know, he said he was scared of needles, but he got tattoos, and if you're gonna go out there and say that, that's just a slap in the fans' face and the boxer's face and the promoters or whoever that deals with boxing and love boxing, you know, to say that.
You got to think I'm a dummy, a fool. You know what I'm saying? For you to say that, he can come sue me. I ain't got no money. So he can do all he wants. If you want to prove to me that he wasn't on steroids, if you want to prove to me, I don't want his blood. I want 7 strands of hair. I don't want his blood. Now, he probably stayed off of it. He probably stayed off of it long enough in years to come when he gets past that test. Yeah. But if you didn't have anything to hide, there are other ways to say that if he wasn't on steroids. I don't care what you say. And I say this to anybody. He was dirty, and because he was non-black, he was allowed to get away with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. There's no way in hell you can tell me he gained that much size, maintained his speed, and then on top of that, got stronger. You can't make me believe it. It's humanly not possible. Yeah. If that's the case, all of his offspring should be the same.
Yeah, you know, it definitely raises questions, you know, because he started off so little. I could see if it was maybe 135, you know, maybe.
Right. Well, I could see it was 126.
Yeah,
I didn't give him 126. I would give him 126 because Roberto Duran went from 126 to 168, raising hell.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. So Roberto Duran, I mean, dude, look, I'm not knocking what these guys have done. I would never say that I would never, if they went through all, look, Tim Bradley didn't have to ask me for blood test. I gave him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't have to ask me for these things. Because, first of all, I don't want it to be in a discrepancy about if I was or if I wasn't. As much as I respected Willie Savannah, he started the rumors that I was on steroids. Everybody who knew me looked at him so much differently because at the time I didn't even drink. I just started drinking wine like 2 years ago. I just started drinking like red wine 2 years ago. So when he made those kind of statements about me, it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because anybody who knew me, you know, was like, you talking about a dude that don't even drink. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Don't drink, don't smoke, don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? So my problem is we're allowed to say things about people. But I think anything they want me to say. You know what I'm saying? I was always with them. I was never not with them. I was never at a place in my life where I was like, nah, man, I'm not going to. I was always game. Because what was more important was the fight. But what has happened is we've become such great businessmen that we are so much less than fighters.
Yeah. And that's what tends to happen. I got a couple more questions before I wrap it up with you. You know, obviously now you kind of led into my next question. You're known for being outspoken, and you also have a great personality. You know, and you're very knowledgeable about boxing. Is becoming a boxing trainer or boxing commentary something you're interested in pursuing once your fighting career is over?
I've been trying for years now to get a job as a commentator. I trained up and coming heavyweight in Curtis Harper's 11-3. And sparring with Deontay Wilder to get ready for Stavern. So, I mean, I'm already in the game as far as that's concerned. I already have a promotional company that I did 2 fights last year. Okay. And what I want, the matter is what I want is I would love to, you know, be more multimedia. You know, not just commentating, not just boxing. I want to have my hand in everything in boxing because, you know, I'm the only guy that you know that can stop and cut, wrap hands, and fight. I can fight and do it all in the corner at the same time. Not many guys can do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been trained. I took the time when I was out in California to sit down with Chuck Bodak. And Chuck Bodak taught me how to stop cuts. Jimmy Walton gave me some things about how to stop cuts and wrap hands. You got the great my tour guy, Joe Sousa. Joe Sousa also told me taught me a few things about stopping cut. I came up with some of the greatest cut men and lit men in the game. You know what I'm saying? And I've been blessed. You know what I'm saying? Because I was willing to listen.
I definitely.
So, you know, when you hear me talk boxing, just like a lot of people say, I'm an encyclopedia of the game. I am. But if I wasn't, why would I want to be a part of something that I wasn't serious about? Why would I want to be a part of something that I don't love? Totally. I totally love boxing.
I definitely think you should. You know, you have a place in media, whether it's commentating, promotion, being a promoter, or you know, whatever it is you choose to do. You're extremely talented. You're extremely knowledgeable, great personality, and we need more versatile people. You know, calling fights and bring some of the objectivity back because a lot of these networks are biased.
They don't want that.
Well, we need it. We definitely need it. You know, because there's a lot of fight fans that see the fight and see fights and see the sport of boxing your way. You know, and we need this to be equal and not just already have a predetermined winner going into a fight and things like this because it just ruins the sport that you love and I love and many more people around the world love. So hopefully,
but what it's gonna take is it's gonna take independent writers like yourself. Mm-hmm. It's gonna take independent writers like yourself to come up and say, "Look, bro, we just not gonna do this, man. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna allow you to tell us what to write. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna tell you how to allow it. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it.
And I definitely agree. And we here at Colossal Boxing Talk strive on being honest and calling people on the BS. You know, we're not gonna, you know, cave in into the norm. We're gonna fight to, you know, make our own path in the right path, and just keep putting guys like you on a pedestal, the ones that really, you know, get overlooked and had to go about it the you know, the hard way. You know, not to say that any other fighter, you know, didn't have to, you know, go through their bumps and bruises, but the blue collar guys like yourself, and just keep your name out there and keep everybody, you know, up to date on what, you know, the Galaxy Warrior has going on. So, you know, we definitely gonna, you know, push the envelope and try to, you know, get this thing back to where it was in its heyday. My last question.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
No problem. My last question should be a fun one for you, maybe a tough one. You know, if you could fight any, you know, if you could have fought any lightweight or junior welterweight, you know, throughout the history of boxing, who would have been and why?
Oh, Jesus. It's hard. Lightweight. Oh. Lightweight. Ike Williams.
Wow.
If he could show up, Ike Williams, Ike Williams was special.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the way he fought. And I would love to match my skills against him.
Hey.
When he welterweight,
Yeah.
my idol, I would love to have tried to find a way to outfox him. I know there was no way to do it. Aaron Pryor.
Ooh, that would have been a great.
You gotta love the game, man. If you gonna talk to him about it. I mean, he was good. I know Ernie. I met a welterweight that was connected to the Curtis. Ernie Perkins. Ernie Perkins was a good light welterweight. Curtis Coates was a great light welterweight. But Aaron Pryor is like the greatest light welterweight in the history of the world.
That would have been.
If you're going to talk welterweight, I would have loved that fought Ray Robinson in his prime.
Hey.
If you're going to talk featherweight, I love that fought. I would have loved that fought. The incredible thin man, Alexis Miguel in his prime.
Ooh, that would have.
Yeah, I know. I'm all around it. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm a lover of the game. 130 pounds. Ooh, 130. I don't know, man. 130 was. 130 was a hard. It's hard. It's hard to pick it. 130. So many good guys. 130 and 130. I would probably have to pick two guys at 126.
Who are those?
Sandy Sadler, Salvador Sanchez, and Alexis Miguel. I would have loved to fight any of those guys.
You just picking them tough. A fight I would have loved to see you. A fight I would have loved to see you in is at 135 would be Sugar Shane Mosley. You know, back then I think that would have been.
Shane sparred. Me and Shane was sparring partners. That's why I didn't pick him.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
We sparred, and it was. Shane couldn't believe how long my arms was and how fast I got away. But Shane was like phenomenal. Shane's one of my favorite fighters, and also like I consider him was a friend. I don't think I ever wanted to. At 135, the only guy I really, really wanted to fight that in my day, that was only two guys I wanted to fight that was around in my day.
Mm-hmm.
Floyd Mayweather, Diego Corrales.
Who? You would have gave both of those guys fits, but you and Diego Corrales would have been a hellacious battle.
Me and Diego would call each other once a week and drink each other. I love this guy. I love him. Oh my God, I loved him. I mean, we loved each other's heart and determination. And he told me the whole time he was in prison, he kept up the Ring magazine just to see how I was doing. And that meant so much to me, you know. Jesus Christ, man. I'm gonna tell you what I really wanted to fight at 140. And I wanted to fight him because he was my boy.
Okay.
Arturo got it.
Man, you just, I love your spirit and the way you talk about boxing, because you want to fight the tallest, toughest guys, just the warriors, the guys that just going to, challenge.
I didn't care about, the other. I wanted to fight the very best guys that were breathing. You know, if I was going to fight at 160, I want to fight my brother, Roy Jones.
Roy Jones, my favorite fighter.
I have to find I have to hold him a lot because I know the one I got to keep his hands from moving. At 168, James Toney.
Oh man, James Toney.
160, yeah, James Toney, him and Bernard, all of them cats. Not that I wanted to, but I'm like, if you were going to pick, I mean, you talk about picking the best guys of an era. Most of the best guys of an era. Dude, do you think that Gigi, everybody talks to GG about how great Gigi is? He is good. Mm-hmm. But dude, he couldn't carry Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins, and James Toney strapped in a wheelbarrow with a boat motor attached.
Oh, you got me cracking up over here because, you know, Golovkin is growing on me, you know, but there's still questions to be
honest, man. He couldn't. Come on, man. I don't think he can. Oh God.
I definitely agree with you though.
I don't think he can be this bucket boy.
I definitely agree with you. At this stage, it's still too early to start those fantasy matchups between him and Toney and Roy Jones, who was my favorite fighter of all time, and Bernard Hopkins, you know. So I think he needs to, you know, continue on doing what he's doing. It's not from a lack of effort. He's trying to get these top guys in the ring with him. And hopefully, you know, this year he has a coming out party in terms of him fighting elite guys. And maybe 2 or 3 years down the line, we can revisit this conversation and see, you know, if your thoughts change on how, you know, he would fare. I don't think he would beat any of those guys regardless, but it might be a little closer down the line once we see how he progresses.
No, it wouldn't, because boxing ain't the same. You know, you got a lot of guys who are strength and conditioning trainers trying to train boxers to box. Come on, man. How the hell you gonna teach me how to duck a shot you ain't never ducked? That's like telling me I'm gonna tell you over the phone how to rebuild a 350 Chevrolet engine over the phone.
Yeah, it just don't work that way.
No, I can tell you what to do, but then there's some things I gotta be able to show you doing it. You know, there's some nuance. You got guys that are building engines off the internet, building good engines. But they'll never outwork the guys that are time, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my thing. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. There's one guy in boxing. One guy that I gave some information to, and they dogged him so bad. This brother's awesome. Brad Solomon.
Oh, Brad Solomon?
I love Brad Solomon. Of all the guys I met, probably my second or third favorite welterweight.
It's funny that you mention him because my colleague Michael Turner, aka Smooth Cat, has just wrapped up an interview with him.
Really?
Yeah, so that's interesting. That's funny you mention him, and you know he's one of his favorite fighters, and he has a segment that he does called Forgotten Fighters, and he made a collage and video about Brad Solomon. So you know if you can check out our YouTube channel at Colossal Boxing Talk, you know this video will be up.
I'm on it right now. 9 minutes and 50 seconds long.
Yep. So you know if you check us out, support us. This video will be uploaded as soon as we wrap this up. You know the interview with him should be up now.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If I thought there was a chance of there being a fight, there's one fighter right now I would love to fight at one point. Guess who it is?
Who?
Guess who it is?
Is it? I'm not. Ooh, oh no! Knowing you, it could be anybody. Maybe Broner. Maybe it could be.
Exactly. It's Broner. It's Broner. I will fight him right. I'll fight him. I'll leave home right now and go to training camp today if they told me I could fight in the 2 months.
Hey, well, you know, knowing you never know that, you know, sometime down the line.
I met him once last year. I didn't say nothing to him. He didn't say nothing to me. And the reason I didn't say nothing to him is because I realized something. A lot of these guys take what Floyd Mayweather did and think that's the norm for fighters. It's not the norm for fighters.
Mm-hmm.
And it aggravates me that we've trivialized boxing to the point that we want to make it be about the one thing it's about. about more than what it is. You know?
Yep, and before I go ahead.
Boxing is about money. You make your money, but it's about boxing. At the end of the day, you got to learn how to keep it in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree. And before I let you go, it's just one thing to speak on Floyd. You know, Floyd didn't always avoid the biggest fights. You know, early on he fought Chico and he challenged himself, but people tend to just focus on the latter part of his career and see that, you know.
I do not.
Mm-hmm.
I do not. I think he's a great fighter. I don't think he's the greatest of all time by no stretch of imagination.
Me either.
I think he's a great fighter. I think he's a phenomenal talent. And I would stand up and speak his laws to anybody. But if you ask me tomorrow if that muscle such and such wanted to fight, would I fight it? I'd fight the hell out of him. I make him wish he was never born. But that's just me. That has nothing to do with me personally not liking him.
Yeah.
That has a lot to do with me being who I am. That's me being honest.
And that's what makes you great and a special fighter. You know, you can't worry about, you know, how you affect people's feelings when you ask the question. You just give your honest answer. So, you know, if he felt some type of way about it, that's something he had to deal with. But, you know, I want to.
They're not going to do it. Nobody is going to do it. Floyd Mayweather's dad told me something when I was doing the fight Guzman. He said, "There's two kind of fighters. Out there. You got the kind of fighter you fight, and you got the kind of fighter you don't fuck with." Is what he said. He said you fall into the category of the fighter that you don't sell.
Hey.
You fall in that category, and you don't. Of course, throughout the end of my career here, and the last years of my career, man, there was so much stuff going on with divorces and the personal issues that I didn't put in the work that I should have. Mm-hmm. But I actually made my mind up that for the next year or so, maybe 2 years, I'm gonna go ahead. If it takes that long, I'm gonna make a nice, hard, solid run at it. I'm gonna give myself the best chance to win each time out, and I'm gonna go home. I'm at the house now, chilling. But in order to do it right, you gotta do it right.
And we here at Colossal Boxing Talk will definitely be behind you, 100% supporting you, and we look forward to your upcoming fight. And remember, you know, if you always want to get your some frustrations out, or you want to get whatever you got to do, you know my number, I know yours, and we can stay in contact, and we always here for you.
Text me right now to proper spelling your name, and that way I'll be perfect. Put it down. I'm gonna tell you what I want to do. I'm trying to get the fight set over in Australia first. Mm-hmm. And if you can, let's start running this down. Chad Bennett. I'm trying to fight Chad Bennett in Australia.
All right, let me get a pencil and write it down.
Yeah, write his name down, Chad Bennett.
All right, hold on, just a second. All right, how you spell his name?
Chad, Chad.
Phad?
No, Chad.
Oh, Chad. Oh, I'm sorry, Chad, Chad. I got you.
Chad Bennett.
How you spell his last name?
Bennett.
Oh, okay. Oh, Bennett. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Couldn't hear you. Chad Bennett in Australia.
In Australia. Let's start blowing that up. Have all your friends put it on their page and tag him in it. And he's on Facebook. Tag him in it. Let him know we're looking for it. He knows we're trying to do this. And let's start promoting that all over. I really want to make that, because I really want to move and fight that fight. That's a great fight to come back to. And I think he's a solid little opponent, left-hander over there in Australia. I'm gonna go to his home country and fight. Then after that, I'm looking to fight Juan Guzman.
All right, so we definitely gonna get the ball rolling on that Chad Bennett fight in Australia. I'll make sure my colleagues get the ball rolling on it, and we definitely gonna tweet you. We're gonna share this video on Facebook. I'm gonna tag you in it. You can follow us on Twitter at Colossal Boxing Talk. We're gonna follow you. We're gonna put it on Twitter. It's gonna be on our website.
Right.
And
I'm gonna tell you what. You see how you do all your you make your little how you made the video that and the trailer and all that. You can throw me one of those together for Nate Campbell versus Chad Bennett. Send it to me, and I'll post it. That way it won't look like you did it, because I'm not good like that. I'm not computer savvy like that.
Yeah, we're definitely you want us to make a collage and send it to you, or like a break.
Like if you can find some of his videos and then some of my videos and splice it together, like make a video of it like a minute or 2 minutes, something like that. I'll post it on my page. I'll post it on his page. I'll post it on your page, and I'll give you all the advice to my side of everything.
All right, we'll definitely work on that. You know, we'll try to get that to you as soon as possible. You know, we're gonna find some. We got plenty of highlights of you. We're gonna find some of him. We're gonna put it together, and we might do a little brief breakdown of the fight. And we're definitely gonna bring this fight to the forefront, because you deserve it. He deserves it. And I want to say thank you again for granting us this opportunity. You know, here at Colossal Boxing Talk, it's greatly appreciated, and I look forward to talking to you again down the line.
Anytime, man. Thank you, my brother. Text me the correct spelling of your name.
All right, I definitely will. You take it easy.
All right, bro. Yeah.
And there you have it. I just wrapped up the interview with the Galaxy Warrior, Nate Campbell. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Colossal Boxing Talk. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like the video, share the video, support Nate Campbell. He's a true warrior, great fighter. And like you said, he's trying to make a fight with Chad Bennett in Australia. So, you know, stay tuned for him in his next fight. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.